Hey everybody, welcome to Rado Ranking. We're always trying to bring you the best the board game industry has to offer, and we are almost done with June, folks, but we've got some fun stuff coming for you this week. Although before I tell you what's coming, I have to look backwards in time a little bit because in my last coming soon video, I did not mention that I was going to be doing a lot of coverage of the new special editions of Castles of Burgundy because I didn't know it was going to show up on my door until the day that it did. I was very excited. And so last week I did a big mega unboxing and then a big playthrough of the new Automa solo campaign, Shatoma. And that was a lot of fun. I didn't tell you about it last week, so I'm just retroactively telling you about it now. All that's available on the channel already. As well as that, this morning I put some stuff up for backers of the show. First of all, there's the latest Rado Ramble, where I'm doing a mid-year check-in. I am talking about the best games of 2023 I've played so far, the games of 2023 I've played that I got rid of because we didn't like them, and what's coming for the rest of the year. Oh man, I go for I think an hour and a half. There are so many cool games that are still on the way, and I had a fun time breaking it all down in my mid-year check-in on the state of board games in this month's Ramble. And then also, for backers of the show, the latest episode of the Rado Talks podcast, almost 4 hours of me and Jen talking about stuff, and is now available if you're a supporter of the show. You can binge it all in one big epic video. Now, don't worry if you're not a supporter of the show, but you really like the podcast, it's still available to you in audio format right now. Anybody can listen to the podcast on their smartphone or what have you, but it is still available on YouTube as well in the new Q&A packaging. The first episode that went up last week seems to be a big hit. Everybody, almost everybody is loving it. And although some people pretty strongly disagreed with some of my takes in that, well, you're going to get to disagree with me and argue with me more because a new Q&A is going to be up this week because it seems like it is a success. What will I be talking about in this Q&A? Oh, I don't know. How has the industry evolved over the last half decade? Luck versus chaos and co-ops. The rise of Euro dungeon crawlers. I think some people will disagree with this. Are heavy Euros getting easier to play or harder to play? So we'll be doing a new Q&A later in the week, and I look forward to seeing what everybody thinks in response to that. Also, we're going to cover games too. That's what we're here to do. So we'll be giving you a run through of Challengers, which was a huge surprise for everybody that this game, which is basically War, the old classic card game, with some extra stuff, made it into the Kennerspiel list, the Advanced Gamer Award. Now, we had already covered the other Kennerspiel nominees, but we had not covered Challengers, but as of this week, we will have, so you'll be able to see all of the Kennerspiel options available to you once this video is up. Also, we'll be bringing you a run through of the new expansion for Dog Park, New Tricks, and if you are a dog lover, you might want to check it out. The very simple auctioning set collection gateway game gets a little bit more interesting and intricate when there's an entirely new sideboard available where you can train the dog's tricks, in addition to taking them for walks and making sure they're happy. Oh, and then there will also be putting up my run through for Time Lancers, which is a lighter weight, almost Gateway or maybe Gateway Plus game that really does a good job of capturing the idea of time travel and bringing it into gameplay. Because when you go back into the past and change key moments of history, you will fundamentally change the worker placement board in the future that we come from. And players are constantly having big, huge time ripple effects, and you'll be able to see it in action in Time Lancers. But we're still not done, folks. I'm going to have another Rado Ranking where I A-B comparison, probably another 20 or so games for you, comparing some of the best oldies with some of the best newies, and people always seem to like that. And then finally, I'm very excited for this. We're going to have another R&R, which, by the way, for the next couple of months are going to be streaming on Mondays on Twitch instead of Tuesdays because Chris is on the road. He's a professional actor, And so we're going to be live streaming. The topic this time is going to be best solo games. And here's why I'm excited. Because it's not just me and Chris and Ruel. It's going to be Mike from the One Stop Co-op Shop. He'll be showing up telling you his favorite solo games as well. And I consider him to be a bit of an expert in the field, and so it's a really exciting to get some new blood into the R&R. So you won't want to miss that. Remember, it's streaming at noon on Monday this week instead of Tuesday. And that's it, folks. That's a lot, right? Well, we got to get to work, although I've just now got to kill 20 seconds while you click a subscribe and, all that other stuff from last week. And so, what am I just going to do? I think I will swipe right, and swipe right, and swipe right. I'm always very positive. Swipe right, right, right. I'm just kidding. I'm not really doing anything. That was a bit. That was a gag.